by both the houses of the parliament. Here is the difficulty, sir. Currently, the petroleum refineries are allowed to avail the input credit against the central taxes, central excise duty and service tax. Petroleum companies, on an average, claim about 59.48% according to the figures available from the Petroleum Ministry itself, sir. The input tax credit that is being availed by the petroleum companies as of today is only 59.48%. The question that arises is, okay, what will happen to the remaining 40%? That's a question. The 40% which cannot be availed now is treated as a stranded cost. That's a input tax benefit which is not being utilized by the petroleum companies. This is right now the position, sir. Sir, according to the report by the National Institute of Public Finance and Policy, keeping the petroleum products out of the purview of GST will lead to cascading of taxes worth 1.99 lakh crores, sir. This is what they have estimated. Sir, in fact, I have made a brief working as to what will be the cascading effect, how to calculate the cascading effect. According to the formula that is available, see, the cascading effect can be calculated like this, sir. Total tax incidence minus direct tax incidence divided by final demand of the sector is equivalent to degree of the cascading of taxes, sir. In fact, when we work it out, the degree of cascading of taxes in respect of various sectors, for example, in the case of metallic minerals, it is 1.4. It means 1:1.4. The cascading effect, right now, the cost of 1 rupee of metallic minerals after introduction of GST will be 1 rupee 40 paisa. For every 1 rupee, the incremental effect of the cost would be 1.4 here and after the GST comes into force. In respect of textiles, it is 2.9. 1:2.9. Means for every 1 rupee, the increase would be another 1.9. It means 2.9. But for the petroleum products, the increase is really significant. Cascading effect is really significant. It is 8.7, which is very high, and it will have a tremendous impact on the petroleum products, sir. In the case of machinery and machinery tools, it is 2.6. When I refer to 2.6, it is 1:2.6. So it will be 2.6 times, sir. Sir, the third point which this is the last point, sir. I will not take much time. The third point which I would like to bring to your notice is anti-profiteering committee. Sir, the objective of anti-profiteering committee is, see, because at every stage, when the taxes GST is levied, it is only levied on the value addition. The objective of anti-profiteering committee is to ensure that the tax is levied only on value addition, and when it comes to the end use, the seller of the product will charge the GST only on the value addition at the end, value addition at the last stage. Therefore, what will happen if the seller who finally sells the product, even though he avails the input tax credit, charges the full GST, what will be the impact of that? The impact of that would be the profitability. There could be some manufacturers, there could be some traders who have got the intention of jacking up their profits, making more money. They may charge this full GST, even though they avail the input tax credit. They will claim in the books of accounts as if they have not utilized this input tax credit. Thereby, the profits of the company would go up, sir. See, ultimately, what is the objective of the GST? The objective of the GST is that the benefits under GST would be passed on to the consumer. This is the objective. See, why this anti-profiteering committee is constituted is only for this reason, to ensure that the benefits are being passed on to the end users. This is the objective. But, sir, in reality, what is happening is, sir, in Malaysia in 2015, when it was introduced, even there also anti-profiteering committee was constituted. But in reality, what happened was there was a multiple litigation, and eventually, and there were some administrative difficulties to implement those anti-profiteering committee. Therefore, it has been abandoned. So my point here is, sir, my humble submission to the Honorable Finance Minister is, to this committee should be carefully, and guidelines for the committee should be carefully drafted, guidelines should be carefully framed, and the powers that are vested with the committee should not be misused, and the committee should perform its duties for which it is constituted, sir. I am thankful to you, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity you have given to me.